Hey friends, this is Abby with Abby's Musings, where I'm committed to providing you with doses of motivation and positivity through 90 seconds in the Word. Our verse of today comes from the book of Revelation, not Revelations, chapter 1, verse 3. And it says, "Blessed is the one who reads aloud the words of this prophecy, and blessed are those who hear it and take to heart what is written in it, for the time is near." Brothers and sisters, today's message is not one of doom and gloom. This is one instead of hope and of promise, and a reminder to us that our time here on earth has a beginning and has an end, but more importantly, the God that we serve has a overarching plan and a purpose for you, for me, and for this entire earth. With everything that's going on today, and certainly with television and social media and everything that can often just focus so much on the negativity because we thrive on the negativity, we hear people talking a lot about, oh, we're living in end times. We're living in end times. And that certainly is true. But what does that mean for you and I, right? So the message is saying in the verse today, it talks about the words of the prophecy. And we know in the book of Revelation, it's speaking of that time. It's speaking of God's promise. It's speaking of his plans and what he plans for all of us really at the end of this earth, and truly what the end of times would look like. But what does it mean for you and I right here and now? And more importantly, for those of us, and I put myself in there as well, because we're talking about breakthrough, and we're talking about praying for breakthrough and believing that God's plans are to prosper us and not to harm us. Well, I believe that understanding and believing the prophecy and the reality of end times is often to put things in its right perspective. Now, I have shared before that I do not believe that God has brought us here on earth and that the only blessing that we could ever look forward to is what we receive in heaven. Now, are our best rewards in heaven? Yes, I absolutely believe that. But in the meantime, what do we do while we're here on earth? It's not meant that we just wander and be aimless and say, well, I just don't get attached to anyone and anything because, well, I'm just going to be focused on heaven, right? Heaven is our focus, our ultimate home, and our greatest reward. But what do we do in the meantime? And I share that only to give a different perspective, because when we get so caught up and so weighed down, and sometimes rightfully so, if you're on the verge of being homeless, if you don't know where your next dollar is coming from, if you don't know where your next meal is coming from, if you're taking care of children, if you're in a domestic violence situation, if you're overrun with bills. I mean, there's so many things that can choke the life, the joy, and the peace out of us on earth. And I'm not suggesting we just close our eyes and pretend like it doesn't exist, or to believe that just leaving this earth is the ultimate answer, but it helps us to just put things in perspective. And I want that whatever you're facing down today, to know that there is a breakthrough coming, right? The things that would hold us and bind us on earth are not going to be forever. And yes, God is with us. God knows your situation. And while it feels like you've been walking in that space for an eternity and is like, when am I going to break through? Understand that the things of this earth and the things of this world are not forever. And I just share that to offer some comfort that you can step away maybe from your situation and come back with a different perspective, and to know that what holds you and what binds you is not forever, because everything of this earth has a beginning and has an end. But more importantly, we have a God that is over it all. Stay encouraged, my friends. Have a great day.